fantasy gamers trying to find the next big thing off the waiver wire. They're trying to be a step ahead. We're trying to find that player that can at least patch the holes in our starting lineup. Sometimes it's a third stringer that gets to step up into the backup duties that might get some touches to get the opportunity to showcase what they can do. This weekend, we'll have a running back that will get their opportunity to prove themselves, and from there, it could be more or it could be just enough to keep us interested. And I'm talking about Raheem Blackshear, running back from the Carolina Panthers. I'm actually getting people asking me what I think about him. I'm getting a lot of chatter in the comments. I've been prepping this video for a bit, so I'm excited to talk about him. But right now, this season, we haven't had much production. Last week, a 10% snap share, but that's with Chuba Hubbard in the fold. That equated to 2 carries and -5 yards. However, Chuba Hubbard is out this week. That means Blackshear will get more opportunities to showcase what he can do. And there is some good things in his profile. Going back to college, he was an undrafted free agent in the 2022 class at Virginia Tech last year, rushed for 760 yards, averaged 3.17 yards after contact per attempt, had 7 total touchdowns, caught 25 passes for 249 yards, and had a 10.8% target share. So he's using the passing game, can get it done on the ground a little bit, so not too shabby there. Athletic profile, ran a 4.58 40-yard dash at 194 pounds, has a 22nd percentile size adjusted speed score. Not what you want, but you know what you got here. He's an RB3 who's stepping up, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's going to be the lightning to D'Onta Foreman's thunder. It's just a question, how many touches is he going to get? He's a guy we're going to really speculate on. Some people really need a guy like this because they're in deeper leagues and they got to patch some holes on the roster. Some people may want to just speculate on him just to see what happens. What I see out of him is if you're building a tournament lineup in DFS and you're loading that roster up and you have a spot where you just got to go cheap, usually it's 2 spots or so. He could be one of those cheap spots for you, and you just put him in, close your eyes, and hope for the best. Maybe he crosses the goal line. Maybe he catches a few balls. Maybe he gets more workload than expected. He's a guy you at least want to have your ear to the ground to, because sometimes, every now and again, you get a player like this, they exceed expectations a little bit. They get some touches. They do some things. Nobody's expecting him to ball out, but there is an opportunity here that he gets more touches than expected, and that is what we need in fantasy, is running backs getting touches. And even in these deeper leagues, or if you're a bottom dweller in your league right now and you're just looking for a running back, this is a guy to pay attention to. Some people may want to pick him up. Others may want to stay away because they're good at running back and they don't want to mess with a running back on the come up and they don't know what's going to go on with them. But a player like this, who's increasing their opportunity, who's going to get more touches if they start to prove themselves, could earn a large enough role where they create some value in fantasy. It really depends on your league size. It really depends on how you are at running back and how you want to play this. He does have some talent and some chops in his profile that allows him or gives us a notion that he could be productive at the NFL level. He is a very assertive runner for his size. He's no nonsense. He's very decisive. And then on top of that, he catches the ball out of the backfield. With D'Onta Foreman there, with Hubbard being injured, this is a great time for him to prove himself. Maybe if he gets some touches here, does a little bit with it, maybe he can grow into a larger opportunity. We don't know what's going up with Chuba Hubbard. We were told this injury wasn't a big deal, and now he's out. So we have to read the tea leaves from that going forward. But if he plays well, he's going to be a waiver wire dandy, and we know he's going to be getting some touches this week. We just don't know how many or what's going to go on with that. So he's a guy you at least want to pay attention to. I know some people are looking to pick him up, and you know what? You should always have a spot on your roster where you're just speculating on a player. It doesn't always have to be the Jameson Williams. It doesn't always have to be the Kyron Williams of the world. It could be a running back like this, Raheem Blackshear, who's getting some opportunity, who could do something with it. He's also a rookie. Sometimes rookies like this pop off a little bit. They have a few games, they have their spurt, they give us some production, and they do some good things for us. That just happens off and on throughout the year. So this could be one of those options. But he's a guy you just want to at least pay attention to. He's a guy people were talking about in Dynasty as a deep stash for Dynasty. So again, a deep prospect here that you just want to pay attention to. You want to see his touch count. You want to see what happens with him. And if you want to speculate on him, there's no hurt with that. You can really speculate with any player. There's good opportunity here. So if you're getting touches at running back anywhere in the NFL, if you can turn it into something, then that could lead into a larger role. And those speculative running backs, that's all you can ask for. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Is he a guy you've been thinking about? Are you rostering him? What are you doing with them? I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. It really helps the channel. It's going to help you out as well, because I'm dropping these deep dive videos, helping you out with the waiver wire, giving you some news on prospects and everything else. I want to thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.